Hi. Grab my Burt's Bees here because my lips are like desert oasis dry. Promise to make no more videos in my nightgown with my hair undone. Obviously, I'm having a problem with that. That's because it's 8:16 in the morning, everybody in this house is asleep, my husband's at work, and I don't get up and take a shower yet. I will. It's really cozy in here. And there's a dog lying at my feet. It's really nice. My bear. He's not doing real well, and after Christmas in mid-January, we're going to have to put him down. I'm very sad about that. And to the guy who left the comment about finding me attractive, if you watch this video, that was nasty. And I didn't even understand the end of it. It was just weird. Just weird. I really don't mind people making comments about sexual things on my YouTube homepage because it teaches the women what a tool looks like. Somebody who doesn't respect women. And so many times girls get in relationships where they're not respected. Read the comments from the tools. And if the guy you're hanging with says he makes comments like that, find somebody who respects you. Dump the tool. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been processing my friend Mark's death. He died 2 years ago. I haven't processed it yet. Mostly because when Mark died, my other best friend Sue died, and my husband's cousin who was 17 died, and there was just death. So I sort of put off, I cried, but I sort of put off dealing with the reality of it a little bit at a time. And now that I'm 2 years, 2 years ago today, he was in the hospital. They were taking out part of his, half his brain, trying to save him. And so I'm kind of glad he didn't survive, because if Mark had come to and the creative part of his brain, because he was a fabulous photographer, was gone, it would have been worse than his dying, I think. I don't know. But that's how I console myself. At age 13, my grades really started slipping. I wasn't popular in school. I cried when I felt bad, and I laughed when I felt good. And I was told that I was all messed up because of it. The truth is, I have depressive disorder. I also have ADHD. That's quite the combination. It's not manic depression. The difference between manic depression and ADHD and depressive disorder is that I can be extremely manic and depressed at the same time. I'm too self-aware. But my depressive disorder makes me hide out sometimes. And people are, get over it, force yourself to get out. And I can't. I just want to hide and feel sorry for myself. And not in a good way. So I'm on Wellbutrin. And will be probably for the rest of my life on that or something similar. And I take something from ADHD to calm myself down so I can concentrate sometimes. It's not all the time. But there are times when I'm writing a book that I really need to make sense. Sometimes I just let myself be all hyper and write books and just get them out of my system. This is me on ADHD medication, by the way, so I'm pretty funky. I used to think that was shameful, because it was shameful. But when I was 7, no, 18, I tried to commit suicide. I came very close. My mother had died. My dad's an alcoholic. He's a wonderful man, and as adults we are really good friends, but as a child he was so lost after Mom died. He had these 2 kids he didn't really know, because he worked and loved Mom, and that was his life. And he once said, when I was pregnant with Ben, my son who passed away, that it was nice that my husband allowed me to get pregnant and have children, because men do that for their wives. So my dad is living in a different era. He loves me as much as he loves anything. But, if it was me or his paintings, bye me. And when I came to grips with that, it made my life a lot easier. He's not the perfect dad, no one is. But there are times I can't move. How shameful I felt. How pathetic. How sad. How stupid. Why couldn't I snap out of it, even on medication? What was wrong with me? Why was I getting over things, moving on? People were telling me to move on, move on, move on. Well, my grief process is different. I don't think about it all the time. I do it in little spates. And still, even with the Wellbutrin, sometimes I get sad. Because I'm human. And we are not supposed to be happy all the time. And there's a difference between temporary unhappiness, situational, and depression. Everything around you can be going great. And all you want to do is put the pillows over your head, sleep all day, eat, not eat. There's all kinds of signs. And sometimes we think about not being here anymore. I don't anymore. I'm all over that. I have responsibilities now. But there was a time that I did, before I was medicated. The difference between me medicated and me not medicated is huge. I am myself. I am who I am. I'm not afraid to take risks and travel and try new things like the makeup. And I became a writer on my antidepressants. And there's a story in there, but we'll get to it when we get to it. I self-examine, but I do it through laughter in my books, in the writing. So, sorrow's okay, and blue around the holidays is okay. And joy mixed with the blueness is okay. It's a myth that people commit suicide more around the holidays than any other time. Most of us are kind of at the point where we're like, okay, holidays are good and bad, so we're going to get through it. It's in the summer, or in the time when we're during sad time, when there's no light. So I have full spectrum lights in my room. And everything helps. And forcing myself to exercise helps. Because believe me, when I'm depressed, I don't want to exercise. Animals help. Caring for something, loving something helps. But nothing heals it. Nothing will ever heal depressive disorder. It's something you own and fight. And I'm tired of people being ashamed of talking to talk about it because people think you're crazy. I'm crazy in a fun way. I'm not crazy in a crazy way. I believe all things are possible. I don't believe all things are probable. I live day to day, moment to moment, feeling the moment I'm in. And sometimes that's the best that someone with depression can do. So, play with your makeup and know that I'm here.